Yeah,
Usually,
I think we have a lot of great stuff to share. So excited.
very
I'm
cool.
really just kind of outside the realm of reviews and ratings, but helping them understand the quality score that Google looks for,
Right.
that user experience. Um, I think that's so valuable in helping them understand when Google does all those algorithm updates, how does it affect them?
Right.
And so helping them understand collecting reviews across multiple authority platforms will help them organically, whether they're doing paid search or not. So that's super exciting for me to share with them. Yeah.
Oh, great. Well, Colleen, how long have you been in this industry with reviews and what have you?
Yeah, so I've been in the e-commerce industry for, I'm going to age myself, but like 20 years. I started with 𝗃𝗃, which was sold to McAfee Secure, so I'm sure you're aware of them. I was number 4 with that company, and then went on to multiple trust companies, BuySafe, VeriSign, Norton, you name it. Ended up with a company called TrustGuard, and the brother of the father, or I'm sorry, the son of the father owned a company called Shopper Approved, and it was just a concept. And long story short, he said, like, you're doing this conference. I had internet retailer. He's like, for TrustGuard, which was like hacker safe. He's like, can you take these flyers? So I took the flyers, and everybody who I knew from my past businesses were coming by the booth to say, hey, how are you? And they said, wow, you need to have this flyer on your booth, not TrustGuard. And I had no clue about ratings or reviews or the benefit. Like, I knew about trust seals, like security, etc. And I'm like, really? Tell me more. Why? And reseller ratings was kind of the 800-pound gorilla at that time. Trustpilot didn't exist. And I said, okay, and reseller ratings had just raised their prices by like $3,000 a month. Like, it was insane. And so I said to my merchants, pretty big merchants, if I build it, will you come? And they said yes. So we built it. It was like built for merchants, by merchants. And I've worked with you since, I think, 2015.
Mhm.
Um, so I've been in the review space since 2013. Took the company to the Inc. 500 2 years in a row, sold my equity there, joined cie_𝗵𝗶𝗀, which has clear authority in Google. As you know, I think we rank number 1 for you guys over Trustpilot even.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, it's been an amazing ride, and we take a ton of feedback from our merchants, and we continue to build our product. I remember when COVID started, our CEO, who might be on the call right now, Michael Lai, um, said, Colleen, what should we do? And I said, let's not make the mistake that other companies make and like shut down. Let's build. So when we come out, we have a product that's stronger than ever. And that's exactly what we did. So we've just made the product stronger, faster, better, really understanding our merchants' needs and catering to that. So super excited to share everything with the group. Um, yeah, it's going to be great. So
Awesome. Awesome.
yeah,
Well, I look forward to that. So right now you're in Australia. It's what, about 9 o'clock in the morning for you, right?
it is.
All
Yeah. And
right.
I was just telling you about the floods. I sent our CEO the pictures of like wolf spiders the size of your hand, like arachnophobia, like flooding people's houses. If you
Oh,
guys get a chance, Google it. It's insane. And the rats and the snakes. I'm on the 7th floor, so I think I'm okay.
my God.
But today's sunny. We've got beautiful weather, and I have not had to live through the pandemic for the whole year. I haven't even worn a mask. Um, she did a really great job here in the Gold Coast of like, it's like if you took Florida and shut the borders. And so we've been living normal life, office, clubs, restaurants, you name it.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah, I've been blessed, but I think it's going to be like science fiction when I go home. But I did get I ordered my masks from Amazon. So I have them. I'm ready. And then I got these really cool guards. You see, like, have you seen these?
No, what's that about?
So they're like a lipstick guard, but you can
Ah,
talk and breathe. Like
and
the
keep the
mask's not
mask
on your
away from your
face.
face. Oh, I like
Yeah,
that.
so like teachers were saying these were the best thing ever. So I ordered like a lot.
Cool. For those of you
So
that are
I'm ready.
awesome, awesome. For those of you that are joining us, if you'd put in the chat where you're coming to us from, what part of the world, we'd appreciate that just to get a little feedback from everybody, please.
Yeah. And you know what I'd like to understand a little bit, Marco, is your customers, your clients, the ones that are joining the webinar,
Mm-hmm.
what their um, what does the customer journey look like? Yeah. So what do they do? And then how does the consumer interact with them?
Great question. So if you guys would chat back with that, what kind of, what would be the
Oh,
best way to
Leon,
ask
you're
that
in
question?
Sydney. Hi, Leon, fellow Australian.
All right, Montreal, Connecticut.
There we go.
Ben
Everywhere.
here needs to figure out how to get reviews for his solar business. Let's
Okay.
see,
Solar's great. We kill
yeah,
it with solar. Yeah.
25 chats. Where am I missing that from? Oh, okay, I was reading the wrong thing. So North Carolina, Maui. Wow, we got people from
I
Maui.
know. They're from everywhere. Auckland. What?
Sarasota, Florida. I'm in Southwest Florida. There you go. Let's see. Group travel organization. Okay, Boca
Beautiful. I'm so
Raton.
excited to talk with all of you. I hope that I can bring you value and it will really, really help you, regardless of if you use us to collect reviews, but just understanding Google's methodology. Like I've traveled with Google, I've spoke with Google at conferences. So I really understand what they look for when it comes to quality score, user experience, and we've really built a product around that. But just to be able to kind of bring you that information that can totally help you regarding SEO, more sales, conversion. Yeah, I love it. So,
Cool. Well, now that we've got most everybody on the call, let me take a moment and introduce. Everybody should know me by now, probably. Hello, everybody. Marco. And I'm really excited to introduce everybody Colleen Stevens, who is the Chief Marketing Officer for 𝗙𝗵𝗹𝗶. We've been chatting a little bit about her background in the overall e-commerce industry and how she got involved in the review world. We started with her. When was it? Back in 2015, you said?
2015. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been quite a while.
And early on, I mean, I'll tell you what, with Book VIP, those of you who know, one of the travel sites we have is called bookvip.com. And of course, that particular website markets timeshare resorts all over the world. And so we were getting a lot of negative reviews that had to do with things that didn't have anything to do with our side of the service, which is just selling the vacation package at a discounted rate. And then the client, if they do travel with Book VIP, they need to meet certain eligibility requirements and they need to agree to attend a resort preview that during one of the mornings of the vacation. But we were getting negative reviews for various reasons because they didn't qualify for the promotion. We couldn't sell it to them, or they didn't like how the resort preview or whatever it was. But we didn't know how to overcome these negative reviews. It was killing our business. And we got involved with Colleen back then and started generating thousands, hundreds of reviews, positive reviews. Then we figured out how to generate video reviews, which we'll talk about more as well. But video reviews where we would leverage those on our website with real live testimonials from clients at our resorts around the world, and
You
that
did
was
a great job with that, by the way. Like beautiful marketing. Like I still refer to that when I talk to clients. It's so amazing what you guys did.
yeah, you made a huge difference between the written reviews that get ranked by Google, so you can people search for, our company brand or name, they would find, and then of course, we had some negative reviews that still live on the internet from 2013 from, on TripAdvisor, which is that massive company. You couldn't get Google reviews. I mean, Google looks at anything negative and they'll rank it to the top. As soon as if it's a negative review, if somebody uses the word scam or this or that,
Ugh.
bam, they put them right up on top and kill your business. And we still have some that are sitting there from 2013 on TripAdvisor. But because of what we've done with ideas from you and some of the different things we've tested, we now have ranking on a lot of on thousands of reviews that helped us a ton. So again, I'm thankful or grateful that Colleen is here to share with us. Our organization, most of our members are small business owners with 1 to 3 employees. Probably 80% of them in that range. Many of them have, a few of them have over 10 employees and so forth, and many more than that. But so if you're a small organization, reviews are imperative to start getting you to without any reviews, or if you only have negative. Because one thing I've learned in the review world, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but people aren't inclined to write a review unless they're upset,
Yeah,
unless they're
there's definitely more ranters than ravers. And, for merchants that are smaller, a small business, it's so crucial because they come, they see, they like, but now they're going to go check a third party to see who you are and to see what's written about you. And the great thing about cie_𝗵𝗹𝗶 is once you have 3 or 4 reviews, Google will index that page and it will rank #1. And so when consumers come, they're going to be able to read positive things about you, whether you're doing paid search or not. Now, we are a Google approved aggregator. So if you are doing paid search, once you have 100 reviews with over a 3.5 rating, those stars will show up in your ads. Nothing you need to do. But I really believe that our service is more beneficial to merchants not doing paid search because I'll give you an instance. I'm here in Australia right now for the past year, and we had the Marriott, which there was like the Golden Spa Resort, and there was no action that could take place on her site. And we talked to her. She gave us 500 emails. That was it. And we sent out, and she had a TripAdvisor, Google Business, and then we were able to get her a cie_𝗵𝗵𝗶 page ranking #1. We fixed her TripAdvisor. We fixed her Google Business. So it doesn't matter if you're small or big, being able to get reviews on these authority sites, whether that be Trustpilot, Google Business, BBB, TripAdvisor, we automate that for them. And then that's what really Google is looking for. What they're looking for is user experience. So they've made like 3,000 algorithm updates last year, and all of those were on user experience. So for SEO, organic, when you drop second page, third page, it's because you're not creating a good user experience. So what we are able to do is help our merchants create a good user experience by being proactive, not reactive. Because like you said, Marco, it's the pissed off people that will like go everywhere and leave a bad review. But if we automate it and give the consumers a way to leave a positive experience, then and make it easy for them, and I'll show you guys how in just a little bit, that's where it really benefits the merchant. Like 𝗃𝗍𝗹𝗶, they're a travel, company for flights, and they had a 1.5 star with us when they started. And so did you guys, like cie_𝗵𝗵𝗶, because it just catered to pissed off people. You guys are sitting at like 4, almost 5 stars right now with us, with over 10,000 reviews. But like 𝗃𝗍𝗹𝗶, they had 1.5 stars. Within a month, we got them 40,000 reviews. And it's really just understanding when to get in front of the consumer, because it's not your fault if the hotel sucks right? Or if the guy who did the demo or the tour was a jerk. Yeah. All you're doing is connecting the two, and that's all you should be rated on, right? So that's really what we do. We do the instant right after they purchase. And then the next day, we're sending an email like, how would you rate your overall booking confirmation, right? Response requested. How would you rate your experience with Book VIP, with Unsold, with Redeem Vacations, not their experience at the site? Now, we do have the ability, though, to send a video link when they're at the destination. And that's where we get those video reviews. But getting rated after their travel experience, that's not
Yeah.
fair,
Yeah.
right? So we just want to make sure we understand each merchant's needs and put together a custom solution for them. Whether you're a realtor or a travel agent or e-commerce, we will put together the right package and the right survey with the right questions at the right time.
So speaking of that, everyone will be able to request an appointment with you or your team to kind of go through their particular needs if they are interested in an account with you.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have the marketing link, which I shared with you, Marco, and we put book a call. And the reason for that is no merchant is the same. There's not a one size fits all. So understanding, having that call, looking at how they look, looking at what they may need, and being able to help them with that is key. And so, and then of course, through you, like we deeply discounted our services, just understanding the size of your merchants. And then of course, we'll offer them that discount pricing, which starts at like $29 a month. So our service is usually $200 a month plus. And
Right.
so, yeah, so just really understanding the need of your merchants and giving them something that they can use that will benefit them, and making sure they at least see, a 5x return. That would
Cool.
be the
So
goal.
we have a special price for Marketing Boost members. Well, before we even get into that, again, this is not a sales pitch to everybody because you're going to learn a lot here, whether you choose to get I think they even have a free version or something.
Marco, you're being asked if this is being recorded.
Yes, it's definitely
Yes.
being
Okay.
recorded and we will have a, replay available.
Yeah.
It'll be in the
And I'll
marketing.
share the link later, Charles. Charles is asking about the marketing link. So we'll make
All
sure
right.
that you have that available as well.
Well, cool. Let me let you get into your presentation. I'll shut my
Okay.
video off, and then I'll come back in. I may jump in and ask questions along the way if I see something, or if client or the members are asking things. If it sounds like a good time to interrupt, I may interrupt with a question, or we'll save them for the end. But so I'll go ahead and shut my video off and let you take it away for a little while.
All right, guys, if you have questions, put it in the chat. This link here is the link that we've created for you guys, and you could see book a call. So here is where your book that call. Now, I'm back in the States as of the week of April 5th. So if you don't see any availability, just email me. Marco, could you share my email with everyone?
Sure.
Colleen, it's just Colleen at cie_jabber. So more importantly, regardless of if you use us or not, I really want you to understand the importance of reviews and why Google puts so much weight into them. So just to give you an idea, I'm going to use Book VIP here. And Marco, I can't see the comments. So at any time, feel free to interrupt me and ask me a question as we go through.
Okay.
So if I type in Book VIP reviews, you can see we actually have the knowledge graph here. So there's this, and then, we have BBB, and we have Trustpilot, TripAdvisor. So we've actually been able to help Book VIP with BBB, with Trustpilot, with cie_jabber, but Google is a search engine. So if you think about it in that term and you think about a quality score, it all has to do, because think about this. First of all, if a consumer is searching for something and has a bad user experience, Will they continue to use Google? No, it's kind of like how we stopped using Yahoo, right? Because we get all these spam links and nothing ever went to where it was supposed to. So when you think about it in terms of that, Google is a search engine and they make their money through ads. So that's very, very important. But they also don't want to promote merchants that are giving a bad user experience. So what I mean by that, like if we just looked for eyeglasses, to give you an example, you come down here, of course I won't say it. You gotta love Google, right? Give me 1 second. Maybe we'll get it. Oh, oh, there we go. So typically you see these stars here. So the only way, if you're doing PPC campaigns, to get stars into your ads is to have 100 reviews with over a 3.5. But Google, like, really, really cares about these reviews, so much so that they, on their blog, they actually have put, when you have the stars in your seller ratings, you guys are going to look at about an average of a 17% higher click through. So that's how important reviews are to Google, right? So much so that they know, and they will only, like, there's tons of us. When I started, there was only like 2 or 3 approved aggregators. Now there's like 30. But with that being said, Google says, I trust the way these reviews are collected. I know they're real and I'm willing to put them in your ads. And the better user experience, the better the rating, the stars show, more clicks on the ad, more money to Google, right? So a great example here too is like if we looked at Tire Rack, right? So just to give you an idea, they had a Trustpilot page, they had a consumer affairs page, they had a SiteJobber page with 228,000 reviews at a 4.8, and then Facebook, reseller ratings, etc. So our whole goal is to, one, help you collect reviews on all these authority sites that matter to Google, because that's going to help your user experience as well as Google Business. We can do all of it, and I'll show you how in a second. But also, if you're getting content on these sites daily, which will automate, that says to Google, wow, who are these people? They must be important. Let me move them up in search so they can be found. So it's super, super important for you to represent who you are as a brand across multiple sites, not just one, right? And where many merchants make the mistake is that they only choose Trustpilot or SiteJobber or whoever, and everything else looks like crap. So that right there says to Google, okay, you're paying for a good rating, when in all actuality, what's happening is we're now just making it proactive and giving the way for your consumers to tell you they love you, and not just relying on the pissed off people to go and rate you, because they'll look everywhere to tell you they hate you. So we now want to give your customers a way to say they love you. So it's pretty simple in the way we do it. And I'm going to use Book VIP now. So you can see just over the last month, and we're not quite through with the month, they've gotten over 1,200 reviews at a 4.7. And then they've got other businesses. So I'll just show you Unsold. Unsold just in the last month, over 1,000 reviews at a 4.7. But here's how we do it. So once, if they come to the site and there is a way for them to take action, whether it's requesting a demo, requesting information, or purchasing, what we want to do, Google rewards you for user experience. Did I go to search, get to your site, and take action? And if I did, how was that experience? So we have a 1-2 step methodology that allows that interaction to happen. And that way, like Marco had said, you're not going to get rated on if the timeshare guy was like a jerk, right? Or if I had a fat person next to, I hate to say, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said, if I have a person next to me in the flight who's like snoring on me, right? Then like I'm going to rate you for that. So we don't want that to happen. So what will happen is we actually call this instant feedback. So the way this works is I come to the site, I take action, and something like this will pop up. So I'll show you here really quick. And we'll skin this to the look and feel of your site. So picture your logo, your opinion counts, take out the word shopping. How would you rate your overall experience so far? Well, it's great because I just bought. I'm super excited. Please type a quick message because Google only takes written reviews. Why did you choose Book VIP today? And you could also ask, like, why did you choose this package if you wanted to? These surveys are completely customizable. You can ask any question you want. You can also ask a question for like your own internal market research. So say you wanted to know, like, where did you come from? And do like a multiple choice or a yes or no, you can actually keep that question private and only have those answers for yourself. Yes, Marco?
So yeah, I wanted to ask a question. So for example, if I was a solar company and that's kind of maybe a long cycle from beginning to actually closing the sale. But they come to my website and they navigate around, they look at different things, and then I have a lead form saying, please request a quote. So even after the quote, I could give them your opinion counts. What have you thought of our website so far? What have you thought of the our appointment availability or whatever it is, so you could potentially generate a review just on the first part of the experience, even though they haven't become a customer yet.
Yes, we actually work with quite a few solar companies. And what we do is after they've requested like the appointment or the demo, we pop the survey, like how would you rate your overall experience so far? And why did you choose solar homes today, right? Like they obviously know at that point why they chose to book the demo. And then what we do is we suspend the follow-up. I'm going to take you to the second step in a second. But the
Okay.
reviews that come in on that instant, this one, those are going to show up on cie_𝗵𝗶𝗀. So like 𝗹𝗶𝗶𝗀, when they came to us, they had no reviews. And you can see it's now ranking #1. And then we also did their Trustpilot, right? So the reviews from the solar company after the demos were booked would go to cie_𝗵𝗶𝗀. And then what we do is based on, it could be like a BCC, if they sign contract. It could be a bulk upload of contracts that have closed. What we'll do is we'll send an email following. Let me take you to the second step here really quick. And guys, they will never leave your site. So even once they submit, like, should we follow up, and they submit, they still stay. So they're not going to leave you. We're going to keep them with you. Now, the second step of that, if you're doing paid search, guys, those reviews will go to Google. So, and over 95% of those are going to be 4 and 5 star. Now, the second step is we send an email. So, like for unsold, the next day we send this email. Order confirmation. Guess I got my order. Click here. No, I didn't wait. I canceled. Do nothing. So we don't want to send them anywhere. Now, for a solar company, because not everybody who gets the demo will buy, right? So what we'll do then is either they can bulk upload or they can copy us on the contract. And then what it would be is like solar homes, like order confirmation or installation confirmation, response requested. Yes, I received my installation. Click here. No, I haven't, or I canceled. Yeah. But this link, this is like where the magic sauce happens. So I take this link, I power it here. So like for 𝗹𝗶𝗸, that's just who I have here. We have like cie_jabber, BBB, or Facebook, right? But we could do Trustpilot, reseller ratings, whatever. And then I set a percentage. So let's say the solar company has a Trustpilot page, but maybe with no reviews. All we need is 3 or 4 over there to get it to rank. Like 𝗷𝗶𝗀𝗏, they didn't have any reviews on Trustpilot. And using us, I'll show you here. Let me pull them up.
So essentially, you're able to throttle the reviews to different review
Exactly.
sites.
Yeah, so we call it review distribution. You can see right now we're sending 50% of the people that click that link directly to Trustpilot. So the way that would look is when they click the link, they're actually going to land right here. Now, it's up to them to do it, but if we make it easy, or on Google Business, they'll land right on the 5-star ready to write, or BBB, they'll land like right here. And we've actually gotten you guys to almost 4 stars. You started out with 1 here on Book VIP. So we actually land them here, right? Like for you guys, we're sending 50% to BBB right now for this.
Mhm.
So we'll land them here. And then what happens is, so we'll get those pages like Facebook, and I'll just show you here. And now obviously these merchants are big, right? But like I told you what we were able to do with the spa, with 500 emails, we were able to fix her Google Business, her TripAdvisor, and get her ranking on cie_jabber. And I think that's probably the most important part, is that when you use us, you're going to have a third-party authority site that ranks like very, very high. So like for you guys, like we have the knowledge graph. See, like right there, right? So all we need is 3 or 4. Google crawls our pages so quickly. So like in 3 to 4 days, this page would rank. And then I'll go into customization of that page in just a second. But so we do this, and then on top of that, the moderation side, this is key. So when the reviews come into cie_jabber, we let go of the 4s and 5s, right? But anything less, we actually will hold. Let me see if I can find it. It's so hard to find one
Well,
because
that's one of the
over 90,
questions. One of the
yeah,
questions here is, are they able to hide a negative? Are you able to hide a negative review or and deal with the
great question.
customer?
Yeah, so we are a Google approved aggregator, so we can't delete, but what we can do is so you see how this Trustpilot review came in? I'll go into that in just a second, but let me come up here. So what happens when the reviews come in? Anything less than 3 stars is held for a full month, right? So you get 30 days to try to resolve it. So what you do is you send a private message. If you use Zendesk, I'm not sure who does, but if you do, we do have a plugin. But regardless, we can send you an email in 𝗃𝗏𝗄 and let you know, hey, you received less than 3 stars or 4 stars. What you do, we're not like a Trustpilot or any other company that like throws that 1 star on your page before you've had a chance to fix it, because that can really affect your business, right? And
Does that include if we were throttling of them, the review over to Trustpilot and they wrote negative, through your platform, I still get the 30 days?
no,
No,
no.
okay,
So
just yours.
only cie_jabber, but keep in mind, if they left you a bad review on the checkout, right, or on that
Right.
experience, that review is locked. So we're not going to send that customer
You're not going to
anywhere.
send that client an opportunity to go
No,
further, right?
no. So it's going to be locked. You send a private message, you try to resolve it, and then see how that's pending. You attempt resolution. Every time you attempt resolution, we would say, Book VIP reached out. This is what they said. Does it resolve your issue? Yes or no? If they say yes, nothing you need to do. We pop a brand new survey. If they fill it out, the bad review goes away. The good review gets unlocked, goes to Google if you're doing seller ratings, and goes to 𝗙𝗵𝗶𝗀. Now, let's say they don't answer. At the end of 30 days, we have to let it go. But as long as you attempted resolution, we're going to say Unsold did everything they could to help this customer, and they chose not to respond. And then, of course, you can publicly comment as well. So, but again, over 95% of the reviews that we collect are 4 and 5 star.
Now, there's another question here. Does the end user, when they click through to do a review, do they need to log in to the,
Good
different sites?
question. Yeah. So if you look here, guys, you can submit it with Google or Facebook. Most of us have that. So it's pretty simple, right? Google Business, you do need to have a Gmail, but most of us do. But you'll see here, um, it doesn't matter. Like literally anywhere you guys have a review page, we have the ability to fix it, and it just works. So it's just a matter of like, we did iBuyDirect. They went to over 800 reviews from a 3.7 to a 4.7. BBB perfume.com went from none to 1,000, and Google loves BBB, guys. So if you have a BBB page, we'll fix it, or we'll get reviews if you don't have any. Facebook is a little harder because it's like a two-step. You have to recommend and then rate. So the conversion's a little lower, but it still works. We just have to kind of like throw everything at it. And that's why we want to book a call, right? We want to understand what the merchant has, what's out there. There's other review sites merchants are not aware of that they can sign up for free that Google loves, like Best Company, Hiya, like this is, one in like India. But no matter where you are in the world or where you offer your services, there are different review companies that rate or rank on the first page of Google. So what we'll do is put together a strategy to make sure you've registered those pages and that we can drive quality content reviews to those pages,
So here's a
right?
couple of good questions coming in here. Don't negative reviews or can't negative reviews help your business? Asks James.
That's a great question. So funny, as I told you guys earlier in the conversation, I used to travel with Google and speak with them when they were talking to like SMB merchants. And I actually said, Google doesn't want all 5 stars. They won't trust it. They don't believe it. And you actually won't rank as well. And after my conversation, they came up to me and they said, you nailed it. Like you definitely understand. So in answer to your question, don't be afraid of negative reviews. As long as you have made the effort to help the customer to try to understand, Google will reward you for that. So like a 4.5, a 4.7 is a great rating. Anybody who's got a perfect score will be a red flag for Google. So yeah, you definitely, it's okay to have bad reviews. Again, over 95% of ours are 4 and 5 star because at the end of the day, if you are a bad merchant, you won't be online, right? But you're also a human being, and there will be mistakes that are made. It's how do you address those mistakes? And are you trying to help the consumer? And that's why we publicly comment if they didn't answer, like Unsold did everything they could to help this consumer and the consumer chose not to respond. So yes, in answer to your question, 1 and 2 stars are fine as long as you try to help the consumer.
As long as you try, the idea is to keep that to a low percentage, so and then
Yeah.
it's reality. Another
And
question
really,
here.
1 second, Marco, really just understanding the path, the journey of the consumer, right? So like for a travel company like yourself, getting in front of that consumer at the right time, or like a solar company, getting in front of them at the right time, not letting them get rated on if it was a crappy installer, right? Or like the guy drank a beer at the house and like left it on the porch, right? Like that's what we don't want the solar company getting rated on,
Let me
right?
ask you this on that question. One of the things that we've done, and uh, I don't know if you recommend it or not or whatever, but we do a survey with Book VIP, and we've started it with Redeem as well. But in other words, when they're on the property, we'll send them as they arrive. We're sending them a message saying, "Hey, how's it going? How's the hotel? Is it living up to your expectations?" And if they, we ask them on a scale of 1 to 5, how do you put your experience at the hotel? If they reply 1 and start complaining and about the hotel or this, that, and the other, we're trying to get involved and help them fix it if we can. If there's any solution we can provide, but if they're happy, we're like, boom, would you please give us a review? And we send them a message. Now we're sending them a link to wherever we want to throttle them. This we're doing on our own without your end of the service. We're using our CRM for that. But
Okay.
we're sending text message and email campaigns, surveying them when they arrive. And again, it's all like you just said, finding what a right spot and right time to ask for a review. When obviously if they're happy, we're going to ask them for a review, and if they're not, we're not going to ask them for a review. We might get one
But you're
anyway, but
still trying to help. Yeah.
yeah, we
No,
might
but
get a
you're
negative
helping them
review we
still.
don't want, but we're going to try to, and they're going to appreciate the fact that we're asking, and we're giving them an
Exactly.
opportunity. We're giving them an opportunity to vent when they're unhappy with us directly, and it gives us a
Yeah.
chance to potentially fix it versus waiting until they go online and just spew all kinds of stuff out.
So smart, Marco, because as long as, like, when you have a proactive service in place, whether it's us or someone else, or you're doing it in-house, like you said, you're giving the consumer a way to vent if they're unhappy, right? Like they're not going to now go to TripAdvisor, to Trustpilot, to BBB, to Google Business and like destroy you because you got in front of it. And so don't be afraid of the bad reviews. Just get in front of it, because usually consumers just want to be heard, right? It's us, it's you, it's me, it's our mom, it's our dad, it's our brother, it's our sister. Like, a freaking, this is not what I expected. You suck, you suck, you suck, right? But as long as somebody's willing to hear me and like try to make it right, I'm going to remember that experience more so than if I had a good experience. So it's really a way to take the consumer and make them a longtime customer. So
Yeah.
it's brilliant. Yeah, great work.
Here's another question for you before you move on. In order to rank, do I need to have a website?
You need to have a domain, yeah. But if you only have Google Business, that's okay. We can definitely help you collect reviews on Google Business. May I ask what the company is that doesn't have a website?
Good question. Rodney, you maybe one of your, maybe they're a personal situation like insurance salesperson or something,
Okay, so
um,
independent, like
independent,
insurance.
yeah,
Yeah.
distributor of some sort.
So what I would tell them is register a Google Business and register a domain, right? Just, I mean, you can go to web.com, you can go, I don't know, Namecheap, anywhere, and register a domain. And
Yeah,
it doesn't,
MarcoReneTorres.com, whatever. Marco Rene
exactly.
Insurance, Marco Torres
Yeah,
Insurance.
throw some content on there. And then what will happen is we'll be able to push traffic to Google Business, to SiteJabber, and now you've got 2 authority sites. We can even do Trustpilot, right? And so what happens is, as long as we have a domain, we're able to help you rank. And all we need is 3 or 4 reviews per domain to get Google to index it on the first page. So yeah, it just go get a domain. But if not, we could do Google Business if you've registered it.
Yeah. Okay. Um, so that's good for the questions for now.
Okay.
Go ahead
Yeah,
and let you continue.
perfect. So now what we do is, once we've got all of these reviews coming in, moderating, managing, we want to, let me see if he's got some Trustpilot. So for him, we're sending 50% to Trustpilot, but you could see Like they come in here and that's great. But any any data source that you plug in, so what we'll do is we'll get all your data sources, no matter what they are. Google Business, Facebook, BBB, Trustpilot, really TripAdvisor, anywhere that you have a review page. You'll do your credentials. For him, he's just doing Trustpilot right now. When the reviews come in, you'll see them in your feed, but then you can also say, I want to see all Trustpilot reviews, right? And you'll see them here. And if you have credentials, you can click here and you'll be logged in. Now, our reviews to Trustpilot are considered invited because they're all coming from their own IP address. They're real reviews, real people. So they know they're not fake. So that's really great. So again, you don't have to pay Trustpilot, right? If you did paid search, we'll take over for you and push those reviews like you see here into your seller ratings. And then on Trustpilot, we would help you get those reviews. So then you would have something that looks like this, SiteJobber or Trustpilot. And that's what you want to see,
Yeah, if you
right?
go
Like,
out, if you go out there, guys, and start checking with everybody, I mean, like Trustpilot is, at least for us, they were looking, I think it was like $1,900 a month we had to pay. We had a
no,
company, I remember a few years ago, we 𝗙𝗶𝗶𝗄𝗆 We had
oh,
some fake negative reviews started popping up big time all over the place. And of course, Google's ranking them right up on top because the name 𝗙𝗶𝗶𝗄𝗆 and everybody. So now, basically it was 100% extortion operations the way we felt about it. We had to pay them. They wanted, incredible amount of money. And we ended up paying the extortion because we needed to be able to act. And of course, they weren't a real site. We could take those negative reviews down or address them and what have you. But it was you got to watch out for that. And again, one of the ways to overcome that is make sure you're driving in positive reviews, you're requesting them at the right time, and we found that the SiteJabber product is phenomenal because you're able to, without paying all the different company services, you're pushing the reviews to different sites and you're managing it from one, and it's just phenomenal. Before you go on, here's
yeah.
another question here.
Marco, just to your point really
Oh,
quick, this is a quote and it's actually on the link for your Marketing Boost page. This is a merchant of ours, Inspire Uplift, and I asked him for a testimonial and this is what he wrote. It was pretty amazing. Over the last few years, 70,000 reviews, work with several other platforms, not as helpful or cared. And because we really do care about our merchants. He said, though, just like to your point, I used Trustpilot, which was a huge mistake. They actually automatically renewed his contract and raised the price by 50%. So just horrible. And they did that to him during COVID. And just to give you an idea, he was paying Trustpilot, had 480 reviews in the last 12 months, 77% positivity. We got him to a 94% and 30,000 reviews in the time that Trustpilot got him 1,000. So there's just no comparison. There's no reason to pay any other platform. We got tired of these review platforms, like you said, holding our merchants hostage. And now we give them the ability, yes, these are my competitors, but as long as I can fix it, why would our merchants ever leave us?
right.
Right? So that's kind of how we look at it. Yeah. But go ahead. What's your next question?
Let's see. Somebody asked here, can existing reviews from other sites, say Trustpilot, be imported into SiteJabber so they can be pushed out to other review sites?
As of November, the answer is no. So Google just came out, and I'm happy to share this with anyone. And Marco, I'll share it with you too. And this is being recorded, but this is the new seller rating partner requirements. And as you can see, scraped or imported reviews from another review provider or directly collected should never be sent. So they're not allowed anymore. We used to be able to port them in. Product, we can. If you sell a product, we can import your product reviews. But merchant can't happen. But if you use us, we'll get them so quick. Like Trustpilot will be a distant memory. You won't even need those reviews.
Yeah, the reason you want to continue to push them to Trustpilot and everything else we covered earlier, if Google sees you're getting, you're getting activity here, here, and there, and what have you, then they're all going to help you rank
Exactly. Yeah.
with that
And that
activity.
authority, it's just getting those authority links, right? Those are all, I mean, they don't do PageRank anymore, but back in the day, it'd be like a PageRank 8 out of 10 coming back to you. Trustpilot, 𝗙𝗵𝗹𝗶𝗀, wherever. And then we'll work with you too to help you register other authority sites like Best Company, 𝗁𝗂, Mana. Like there's a lot of review sites out there. So for those of you merchants that have Yelp and it's a pain in your ass, hate to say it, but Yelp sucks and sucks and sucks some more. We could send 10,000 reviews and they'll take one.
Whoa.
Right? So yeah, it's horrible. And we already know our distribution works, right? Like we just know. So the fact is, even consumer affairs, which is like pissed off consumer, tire rack, we said 200,000. I got to show you this. I'm going to show you guys because it's crazy. This is like, and this is why these people are being sued for racketeering. But I want to make you aware of the industry and why it sucks so much. So
Mhm.
Tire Rack, when they came to us, had while that's loading, I'll just pull it up here. They had a 1-star on consumer affairs and they quoted them like 13,000. But you see here, it was like ranked number 2, right? So having a 1-star here like really hurt them. So what we did though was we started sending traffic. Just wait for this to load. It's a lot of data, so it's going to take a second. But you saw like on his BBB, I'll just show you here really quick, just so you can see like we know the distribution works. So like his BBB had 2 reviews with 26 or 2 stars with 26. We started redirecting his traffic and we got him to over 3,700 5-star, right? So we knew it
Wow.
worked. And
What a
then
difference.
Trustpilot, yeah. So Trustpilot, he started with, I lost it. Give me 1 second. He started with 4 reviews or 4 reviews, 3-star, and pushing traffic. We got him to over 5,700, 5,300 5-star. Yeah. And then we said, okay, let's do consumer affairs. Wait till you see this. So do you see how many emails I sent? 209,000 emails were sent to try to drive traffic to consumer affairs. And look at this, 𝗙𝗵𝗹𝗶𝗀, 4,300, BBB 8,500, like hardly any, right? Trustpilot 1,300, and we got like 3,000, 5,000 reviews. And now look at this, 87 is all they took out of 200,000 emails.
Wow.
That's crazy. So when you talk about extortion, yes,
Yeah.
like and Yelp is the same way. So what we do is we get other sites that rank higher to push it down,
Right.
which is Best Company, 𝗁𝗂, Mana, whatever. So
Right.
don't even bother with, like you said, you had to pay piss consumer. Yeah. So don't even bother. Just don't bother with Yelp. We'll push it down.
Push it
Like,
down by crank going up, and that's what we, exactly has happened with your help. Um, let's see, another question here. Girl in a credit repair business, or somebody here, Kelvin, credit repair business. I'm looking for customers and agents. What do I do? Well, that's a different question. It doesn't refer to the
actually,
generating reviews.
it could. I'll show you. So 𝗙𝗵𝗹𝗶𝗀 is one of it's the largest consumer destination for ratings and reviews, where in every publication you could possibly imagine. We're put in lines with the likes of Yelp and Amazon, but more importantly, we have a community of a little over 2 million reviewers. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So if you look here, we rate them. So a lot of times, big brands, right, like Levi's or I don't know, Sephora or whoever will reach out to an influencer ambassador and ask them to go to cie_𝗹𝗹 and leave a review. They'll send them swimsuits or product or whatever. But because we rank so high, they will ask them, could you leave us a review on cie_𝗹𝗹? And they send them product. If that happens, these consumers have to actually register with us. So we've got about 2 million reviewers in our community that actually like vote on like top consumer awards. So I'll just show you what I mean by that. Like, so Super Jeweler, I mean, we even have the Amazon, right? But Super Jeweler was actually voted, see, 2020 Customer Choice Awards. So the community and Michael, our CEO, actually runs the consumer division, and I'm more the merchant facing. And then we have a middle ground, which is our director of compliance, because we do have 2 grants from the government. So like I'm kind of the advocate for our merchants, and Michael's like the advocate for the consumer, and then we meet in the middle, right?
Right.
But with that being said, we've got tons of categories, but just to give you an idea, and like guides, etc., but like just to show you the impact, I always say to our merchants, this is free, guys. Get in here. As long as you're logged in, it's almost like a Facebook for reviewers, right? So, or ambassadors, so to speak. So like, you know, featured brands, L'Oreal, whatever. But look at this. So here's Angela, and you'll find these, but again, it's kind of like mining for gold. She left a review for AliExpress and it got 300, almost 400,000 views. H&M, 100,000 views.
Oh
She
my
did
God. So
one.
this is a social platform within the whole thing.
Exactly. Yeah. And I don't think you knew about this, Marco, but yeah. So she got
No.
like 800,000 views on Zaffle. They sent her like a bikini. But if you look here, she says how she can help. So she's got a really popular YouTube channel, but you'll find this with like all the reviewers. So if you want to go look up finance or credit or repair, we also have advertising. So if you wanted like an advertising package where you'd have your banner on like certain sites that they could click through to you. We just ask that you have a cie_𝗹𝗹 page that doesn't have bad reviews because we don't want to promote bad merchants.
I like the
Um,
idea of getting an influencer though, and give them a trip, for example, and let them post, enjoy
and
it.
then you just message them. Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect. That's exactly what you do. And as long as you're logged in, and then whatever you work out with them is between you. We stay out of it. If you're logged in, you can reach them. And you can engage with the community at any time. You can get involved in the discussion. You can see the top reviewers. So much different than any other review platform out there. And Michael, our CEO, just has done an amazing job building this out. Like, and that is why we do have authority in Google where we're 1 or 2, right? Is because of this consumer side.
You know, one other thing I wanted to say before I forget, when it comes to the negative reviews, I mean, we get them and we contact those people. We do everything in our power to fix whatever they were upset about. Um, and you know, whether it be refunds, and well, one of the things we do is we offer the marketing boost bonus trips. So
Nice.
all of you who are marketing boost members here, you know, depending upon what you can use the incentives as part of your apology for whatever went wrong, and give them a $500 hotel savings card plus fix the problem. You know, if you'll modify your review, please, or if you'll take it down, here's what we'll do for you. You know, not only will I fix what happened that you're upset about, not only
I'm
will
going
I
to go
fix
leave
them.
you a bad review, Marco.
Yeah, well, exactly. If I had a bad review,
Just kidding. I'm
not
just
only will I
kidding.
try to fix the problem, but I'm going to give you, you know, an
Perfect.
incentive of some sort if you do something for me, like update the review or take,
Yeah.
or even better, take it down. So that's a powerful thing that all of you as Marketing Boost members have in your pocket. Another thing I wanted to talk about real quick is a lot of our members are act as agencies with for, you know, they do marketing for their clients, or they do you know, they help their clients, their other business owners with different things. Would I guess just this knowledge, if you're an agency, to be able to recommend to your client, hey, you know, this is something you ought to do. Get this Site Jabber service so we can help you with your reviews. Um, you know, I don't know that you have an affiliate program or not, but bringing them in, regardless, even if you just help do it for them, or even if you refer them, you're doing them a service to help earn your agency fees by turning them on to a service like this that's going to help them generate reviews, and again, trust me, reviews will if, with positive reviews, you're going to leverage that into a hell of a lot more conversion rates.
Yeah, for sure. And we do have partner reseller programs. So just reach out to me directly if you're interested. But to more of what you said, if they're like an agency, you have interactions with your client over the phone often. We have what we call homes.com, I'm going to refer to. So they do like lead generation for realtors, right? And they actually talk to their clients all the time. So what we have for that is what we call a tablet review collection. So this would be kept in your browser, right? Or on your tablet if you had like a tablet. And when the client's with you in person, or if you're on the phone with them, you would just load it. This can be completely customizable, whatever questions you want to ask. But, you know, for homes.com, they're like, how would you rate your overall experience so far? Please type a quick message. So it's literally the rep taking the review over the phone or handing the tablet to somebody in the office. Okay. And then this is the question they choose to ask, but you can ask whatever you want. And then name, email. This would be a Google review, a Site Jabber review. So this is an ability that you would have if you're meeting face to face or over the phone and want to collect the review at that time and not wait for an email. This would be available.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, and that's pretty much, you know, what I've got. I think it's just super important to understand the quality score. Google Business, by the way, guys, if you have a Google Business page and it's lower than a 3.5, it will deeply, deeply, deeply affect your quality score with Google. So if you don't have a true location, delete your Google Business. Get rid of it because it will destroy your social or your SEO. If you do have a location, then I mean, work with us or, you know, yourself, but definitely get that over a 3.5, because like I've personally, I work with Google, like talk with them once a week, and that is so important when it comes to the quality score of what they give you.
Does a
So
virtual office, will a virtual office work for?
yeah, if you have an office, if you have an address, right? Like, yeah, you definitely register it, because if we can get good reviews there, you're going to stand out like a champ, right? But if you have one and it's got a poor rating, it is killing you. So or it doesn't have any reviews, right? So you just need to make sure, because it sounds like a lot of mom and pop, like 2 and 3 person, like you said, and they may have it, but no reviews, or like bad reviews, or only 5-star reviews. That's not good. Any of those scenarios, not good.
So another question from somebody here is, how do you integrate? Can you integrate with Vrbo, Airbnb, TripAdvisor? Vacation rentals are not the same. Uh,
Okay, so Airbnb, they have their own rating and review system. But if you get the email of the customer, you can upload that to us. Okay. TripAdvisor, if you have a public facing page, we can direct traffic to that. So like what I mean is not a forum. Like you actually have a TripAdvisor page where somebody can leave a review for you. We can fix that. We did that for the 𝗙𝗍𝗆 who did like the 500 uploads. So forums, we can't affect. Actual page, we can. As long as it's public facing, we can get to it,
Okay.
right? But Airbnb, that wouldn't work. So we'd have to actually, you'd have to take those emails and upload those to us, and then we could solicit the reviews.
So guys, if you got more questions, throw them at us here. In the meantime, I'm also going to show you just a couple of things that I had done on that I use. So for example, one of the things we do, with our customer service department, we use a company called Hively, where our customer service agents are dealing with a client, they solve a problem, they, fix whatever the issue is. We send them an email, at the end of the survey, did I satisfy you with your need? And if we get a happy response from the client, our agents manually are sending them a link to give us again, as we talked about earlier, leveraging when is the right time to ask for a review. So after they've handled some customer service request or issue or what have you, we're sending them a request for a review, and bam, we get them. So this is a service that lets they rate back. They'll rate a customer service agent. Yeah, you get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star review. So if they respond, hey, you gave us a 5-star, for the customer service, satisfied with our service, then we follow up with an email saying, please give us a review. So that's one scenario.
Now, Marco,
Yeah.
there was a question from one of the guys I just saw that said, is it legal to incentivize to fix the review? So to get the initial review, if you incentivize, you have to publicly, according to the FTC, say this is an incentivized review. If it's to fix the review, you're just basically saying, we're sorry, here's a gift, we're sorry. That is allowed. So with what Marco is doing, that would be legal. Yes.
Yeah, like I
Just wanted
mentioned,
to answer that.
yeah,
Yep.
fix the problem first, and
Yeah.
then offer the review, uh, and then offer an incentive to do either to fix the review, or take it down, or at least update the review. What else? Well, another thing you ought to be doing once you've got a bunch of reviews is make sure you're using either the 𝗙𝗵𝗶𝗀 widget on your website. This is usually a paid for product, but for example, here, we're on our site, we're showing an image of all the different reviews, and then we link them to another service that we pay for is
I love this. Yeah.
𝗙𝗵𝗆𝗆.com, because we're leveraging our video reviews along with all of our Google reviews, etc. And I mean, this is very powerful. What's the word I'm looking for?
Yeah. Now we do
Social
video
proof.
too. Yeah, no, it's great. What we do is we offer a link. So 𝗙𝗪 is amazing though, so I'm not going to rain on their parade, but we will offer you a link that you could give to your customers via SMS or email. We can do a pop-up after a 4 or 5-star review is left for them to leave a video, and we can also send an email reminder to leave a video. So those are the 3 options. And then of course, once those videos are accepted by the merchant, we'll push it to their YouTube channel with the link. And again, just great for SEO because Google index, they own YouTube, right? So Google indexes all of those reviews that are left. Now, so 𝗙𝗪, are those going to your YouTube as well, Marco?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. Yeah.
So, yeah. And then lastly, I just wanted to, review one thing with you. This is from HubSpot, from one of their blogs, and they were doing here an article about their research they did on reviews. 85% of consumers trust online reviews and personal recommendations. They were talking about also found that 60% of consumers believe customer reviews either trustworthy or very trustworthy, meaning that businesses can accumulate positive reviews, have a good chance of helping the consumer make a purchase decision. And I can't even begin to tell you how these video and written reviews we have leveraged them over the years to generate
What kind of
more.
increase in conversion have you seen, Marco, doing leveraging your reviews?
Oh,
Like percentage on
it's
average?
definitely an extra. Probably bumps conversions up 5 or 10%.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we tend to see, and we know that, like you said, that Bright Local, and it's about 80% of people will go to a third party to read rather than to the actual merchant site um, for reviews. And the more social proof you have across multiple places, not just one, which you guys have done a great job of. I mean, you got like 6 there, right?
Yeah.
That's just, yeah, the you'll kill it. So yeah, and we're totally here for any merchant. It's not a one size fits all. Every solution we make for every merchant is completely customizable. So we'd want to understand that merchant's needs and then put something together to customize the survey, the email, whatever it may be. All of your merchants do get a 30-day trial, so at no cost. And then, like I said, the pricing is like really, 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 really discounted.
So
So
it starts at what did you put it at? I didn't even realize it
yeah,
was
I
going to
started
offer.
it at 29. Our
Oh,
pricing normally starts, guys, at 200 and it goes up to like 80,000. So we usually base it off orders. So 0 to 2,000 orders is 2,000 a year. And then if you want distribution, it's another 1,000. And it usually the average bottom line price is like 4K. So for you guys, we're actually starting at 29 a month and giving you a 30-day trial. So there's 29, 49, 79, 99, but it's understanding the merchant prior to giving that price. But
mhm.
that's pretty much what you're looking at. And then, of course, all the features that I shared with you today um, would be included. I'm just kind of looking at, can we hear more about video? Yeah. Tracy, do you want me to show you video? I'm going to show Tracy video. Give me 1 second.
Sure.
Um,
Someone here mentioned they recently went. Let me read that tag there.
which one?
I was I got to pull it up. It was the chat window, but I lost it on my screen.
All
Yeah,
right.
someone's saying here, Dariet Wallace, that he recently went on Maytag's website and there was a disclaimer under each review stating I received a free product or a sweepstakes
They
entry for
have to
this
do that.
review. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's incentivized according to the FTC, they have to say it's incentivized. We don't allow incentivization because we're a Google partner. And as I showed you guys, it's not allowed anymore. So if we find out our merchants are incentivizing, we actually cut them off. So, but post, like you said, if it's a bad review and then you help them and you reward them,
Mhm.
that's okay. But we don't allow incent. And for these merchants that do, they have to say it's incentivized. But if
Right.
they were using a merchant like us to get their reviews to Google, to get those stars, Google wouldn't take them. We wouldn't allow it because Google wants to know these are trusted reviews. These are real reviews.
Mhm.
So yeah. All right, guys. So video, just show you here really quick. Um, if all 4 and 5-star reviews are left, maybe it wants to load. There we go. So just to give you an idea, there we go. So I'll take you through this really quick, but as I mentioned, I used to travel with Google and speak with them, and one of the partners showed this slide. And when he shared this slide, I was like, you got to be kidding me. In the past 2 years, videos with review in the title had more than 50,000 years on mobile. Like, when you think about that, you're like, what the hell? So I knew we needed to do video testimonials. So with that being said, the way this works, once they've gotten, say, their package, right, or their booking, and we send that email, did you get your order? Click here. Or did you get your booking confirmation? Click here. Or did you complete your sign up? Click here. When they click that link, we bring a percentage of those customers back to us, not to Trustpilot or BBB. When they come back to us, they'll see a full survey, and it could be price, customer service, anything you want to ask. If they leave you all 4 and 5 stars, we will give the ability for the consumer to record a video. You can incent for video because it's post. And guys, something else to think about. If you have websites and you have the word testimonial on your site, Google will consider that a paid for and or incentivized review. So get rid of the word testimonials. If you have a page that says book VIP /testimonial, change it to reviews. You will not see as high of a quality score on a testimonial page. Okay, so change it to reviews only. Another thing to consider, Google recently put out an update that last year the word best went up like 200, 300%, like searches, like the best vacation or the best place in Maui or the best solar company, whatever it may be. So what we tell our merchants is on all of your pages, see why consumers believe that we have the best vacation package or the best solar or the best this, but put the word best in front of your service. And if you do that, that will also help you with SEO because Google's moving towards the age of assistants, right? So that, you know, they started with Google Maps and Google Home and, you know, voice search and assistants. So anything you can do to be a better assistant to Google, you will be rewarded. So when you think about that, think about what you have on your site. Is the content on your site able to help Google answer questions? Right? So if you look at those knowledge graphs, right? Like, is so-and-so legit? Like, who is this? Like those questions, like think about questions consumers would ask regarding your service. And then make sure you have content on your site for that. And if you do that, when Google is trying to find a fit for my question, you're going to be rewarded with being found. I hope that makes sense. Marco, did that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yes,
Okay,
definitely. And then if you can
beautiful.
add the word, if it makes sense to say the word best included, yeah, we have the best house cleaning service or the best
Exactly.
credit repair service or something along those lines. Very cool.
Exactly. And then if you use our widgets, right? I mean, you can port our reviews in like through API if you didn't, but our widgets have the schemas, so the stars show organically. But if you use our widgets, like above that widget, you would say, see why consumers believe we have the best credit repair or the best travel packages or whatever it would be, right? And try to use that. And then again, just kind of think of what are the search terms that relate to your business and make sure you have content regarding that. So for the video, what we do is you can incent. Obviously, incent works best, but I mean, today people like record their food, so maybe you don't have to, but you put some ideas here. We give them like show off your product or whatever it may be. They record it. Now, they can share this on their social platforms, but because it's your brand, we're going to keep them private. If you like it, you thumbs up it, you keep it. If you don't, delete it. If you like it, we push it to your YouTube channel with the review. So you've got content, which Google likes, and then a link directly back to you. And of course, these all get indexed. And it's pretty simple. So you talk to a merchant on the phone, give them a link. You, like Marco, when they're at the resort, give them the link, SMS it, whatever it may be. Send video request email and show it right at the pop-up. Most people, when they're doing a survey, they're probably having their coffee or in the doctor's office, so they may not want to record, right? So we want to send a follow-up email and then give you the ability to share that link as well. And then of course you can totally customize the verbiage, and you know, this is kind of what it would look like. Okay, I'm done sharing now.
Cool.
Okay, how do I see the chat window?
Say again now.
How do I see the chat window? I can't see
Oh,
it.
there's a little button down the bottom on the screen. It should next to share screen that says chat.
Oh, there
Click
we go. I
on
stopped
that.
sharing. Okay. Um,
You can see the chat.
Reseller
You can
link.
click on
Yeah.
that.
I'm just kind of seeing
Yeah.
$200 gift card. No, you cannot say a $200 gift card to get a review. It is legal. You can do it if you're not doing paid search. But if you do it, you do have to put next to your review that it was incentivized.
Which is really, it wouldn't be a bad idea as long as you're disclosing, you're putting it on there. These are, they received an incentive or they're entered to win a contest or whatever. The point is still you're generating some video content that you can put on your website.
Alberto's like total awesomeness, Colleen. Thank you, Alberto.
Yeah.
I've been working with e-commerce merchants since 2003. I didn't even know what a URL was then. I ran an e-commerce merchants trade association. So I worked with a lot of eBay sellers, 𝗙𝗵𝗄, and brought them off and put them on like Amazon or helped with their own websites. So I totally understand the pain points of SMB and would love to help all of you, whether or not you use my service or not. I'm here. So I love it. Yeah.
That's cool. Let me see. I was going to post your email address in here. You wanted me to do. Let's see. What was that? And the link. I think I already posted the link, but I might try it again for the.
The book a call. Yeah, guys,
Right.
it's really easy. It's just Colleen at 𝗙𝗵𝗶𝗀.
All right. That's very good.
Yeah, and don't worry about the discount coupon, James. Once we have a call, we'll decide kind of what tier you fall in, and you're going to get a deep discount anyway. So it's best to book a call because if you came in and you like signed up, it's probably going to be overwhelming and every merchant is different. So we just want to make sure we customize the survey, we customize the follow-up time, like that we really understand your business and what other sites may be relevant for you. So the call is super important.
So James asks here, what about customer opinion? Is that something similar to a review? I guess if you wanted to ask opinion versus a review.
Well, on this survey, we actually say your opinion counts, but Google considers ratings and reviews. So that's what we call it. But we tell the consumer like your opinion counts.
Right.
Yes, our services are good. 𝗃𝗏 in Europe, Germany is my favorite. Berlin's my favorite city in the world. I lived there for a couple of years after I sold my equity in my last company. But yes, we are Google approved partner worldwide. And there are review companies that are bigger in Germany or Europe or France for that matter that rank on the first page. So we'll make sure that we get those review pages for you. Like in the US, it's like BBB, but you don't have BBB in Europe.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. And I will be back in the States the week of the 5th. So I'll be more on your time zone. I have a conference all next week, so I'm totally booked. But I'm the week after next, I'm here and my team will be with me as well.
So I just posted the link again. If anybody wants to grab that for
Michael, Michael
yeah.
asked, how do we use this with Marketing Boost? And that's where I kind of was trying to understand the journey of the consumer.
Well, this is different. I mean, this is not a plug-in to Marketing Boost. This is a completely different company and service. I just wanted to introduce Colleen Colleen to all of you, and learn about how to generate reviews, how reviews work, what you can do, why you should be trying to generate, and how to throttle them to all the different main. What was the word you used earlier, Colleen?
Distribution,
The
main review sites, the authority
yeah,
review site.
the authority review site, so that you get, because people will review, they will do a search, whoever you are, reviews.com, and they're going to want to look you up and see if are you legit, what do you have, with for you or against you, and if they don't see anything, that's a negative. And if they only see, and if you do have some negative reviews and you don't have any positives coming in, you're done. Their decision is made not to do business with you on the spot. Um, will there be a Zoom on how to use Marketing Boost, Marco? Of course there is. We do them all the time. We definitely do events for how to use Marketing Boost and Marketing Boost 101s. This was what we call Marketing Boost Talks, where we invite guests like Colleen to talk about different subjects other than just Marketing Boost.
Yeah.
The
Alok, Alok
excuse
had a good question. Yeah. So he said, how do you recommend approach getting clients and explain why they need this? And can you white label? So you could white label, but because 𝗙𝗵𝗶𝗀 has such clear authority, you don't want to white label, right? So what we could do is any clients that you said through to us, it could be something like Marketing Boost, or I'm sorry, 𝗙𝗵𝗋/marketing boost/unsold, right? So you'd still get that authority as the provider, meaning that those pages would have your domain. But Google will still only pull, if they're doing paid search, Google's still only going to show 𝗙𝗵𝗋. So you don't really want to white label, but we could still give you that authority on the page for your clients. And then if your client were to leave you, we could remove the page. So that's something that could happen. But then we could give you guys special pricing, etc. And then for the brick and mortar, Tamara, on if you have a PO box. So Google has conditions on what you need to do in order to create a Google business page. I do believe they do allow a PO box, but then you're also going to have to show proof of residence. Like there's just like some criteria that you have to go through there.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
so,
there's virtual offices, like even, I think there's even real address, like at a UPS store that
yeah,
you
we
can,
work with iPostal, one who just got picked up by Staples, like to do like virtual offices. So yeah, there's definitely companies out there that you can do. And Alok, you said, how would you recommend selling this as a service? I believe that the biggest benefit in and we don't expect you to sell it, like we're happy to do that for you. But if you were to talk to a client of yours about our service, it would be a huge SEO play, right? Like how, I mean, you got to think about it. There's merchants out there, and I'm sure many of you have done this, and it just breaks my heart that have paid $5,000 a month to an SEO company that does shit. And you wait for the results, you never see them, and they talk about blogs this and content that, and nothing happens, right? And the great thing about 𝗙𝗵𝗋 is the minute you use it, 3 or 4 reviews, you're getting an authority site on the first page. Done. Boom. And then Trustpilot. Boom. And then BBB. And then, like it just happens. And you can go and pay these SEO companies and reputation management companies thousands of dollars, and you're still not going to receive the results that you'll see with us after 1 week. So I would just push it as a SEO conversion play.
yeah. Somebody mentioned in here when, again, they were asking, how does this tie into Marketing Boost? And someone answered it perfectly. Marketing Boost is the incentive to get your lead or your sale. And 𝗙𝗵𝗋 is the service to follow up to get authority. So in
Oh,
other
that's
words,
beautiful.
if you're generating sales and you're using Marketing Boost incentives to help close more deals or put them through your sales funnel, and what 𝗙𝗵𝗋 can do is after they've gone through your funnel and purchased, we're going to immediately ask them for their opinion and generate a first review of their experience so far. And then you're going to go back after they've used your product or what have you, and ask for a review once they received it in the mail or whatever it is, or whatever your service or product is. Now you can ask for a follow-up additional survey, or rather a review. And as those reviews start coming in, because you're asking for them up front and again on the back end, and then you're throttling them and you're putting some in 𝗙𝗵𝗋, some in Trustpilot, some at BBB, some at wherever you decide you need them. You're going to start, right when people do come to look at your service, for the next time that they're, on the front end, you're doing another incentive sale, buy this and get a free trip or whatever it is. Now they're going to do a little review. Well, who are you? Should I trust you? And now they're going to see all your 𝗙𝗵𝗹 and Trustpilot and Baby B reviews, and they're going to go, damn, this is for real. And boom, you just generated another sale or
Exactly.
another appointment or whatever it is you need to acquire on the front end.
Yeah,
So,
because you got to think about it when people are doing their research. Let's take the solar home or the credit repair. Yeah. I've talked to you, I'm interested, now I'm going to go check you out. And I'm going to go to a third-party site to do that. So how do you look? And then what's going to make me choose you over the other credit repair guy, right? And that is your reputation and how much of that, right? So if you just had one site, could be fake. If it was all 5 stars, probably don't believe it. So the more places that you have content, the better trust you're going to instill in the potential customer, and the more you're going to see a sale. On average, guys, we see about a 12% conversion. So if you think in terms of that, like what is the average value of your customer, right? So credit repair, that's like what, 300 a month, something like that, right? So if I can bring you one credit repair customer, like what does that mean for you? Or you can get one more solar home sale or whatever that may be, right? Roseanne asked, on the platform, can we do marketing? The answer is yes. We do have an advertising product. I'll show you what it is. It's $2,000 a year. We get about 3 million visitors a month, but I'll just show you here really quick how that looks. So
you're looking
you
at
can,
it. I'm going to thank Tracy, that you were the one that wrote that comment earlier on how Marketing Boost is the front end and 𝗙𝗵𝗹 is the back. Thank you.
yeah,
Go
that
ahead.
was really good.
Yep.
So if you look here, guys, you could pick categories. So you'd come in and like pick whatever category it falls into. So like, let's just say travel. Let's pick travel. So discount travel. Perfect. All right. So here's 𝗃𝗹𝗹. All right. And what you can do is actually pick 10 categories that you want to display, like your logo or your kind of call to action. These guys don't have it because they're a paying customer. Oh, but yeah, there we go. Hold on. So see here, you could have something like this on 10 categories that you choose, and then we would serve it up like so many impressions a day. So yes, you can advertise on our platform.
Very cool.
You just have to have a 𝗙𝗵𝗹 page,
Yeah.
right? So we want to make sure, and let me show you something really quick, a customized page, like with the background. I think we did this for Unsold too, Marco. I just am not sure. I think we did, the where you put the background of your website. This is something we just launched. So you see here the background of your website, visit the business instead of like ask a question, videos, pictures. You pick your positive and critical, you do a call to action. You get to pick a business favorite review rather than a top critical review. Get
Nice.
Unsold here. I think we did it for Unsold. I know I unlocked it for you guys.
Looks like we haven't installed it yet. And if they do upload a video, where do they show up on here?
Yeah, if you upload the video, it shows right here.
No, that's
So
that's
these,
our own company video. But if clients do video reviews, where do they?
oh, the video review itself would show up in the review. It would show up here.
Oh, it
So
would
it
just
would
be
be
in the line, like along with the rest of them.
correct. Yeah.
Cool.
And you can see here, even this review has like 10 people found it helpful, like just this one, right? So we could do, they could search for relevant. Yeah, Marco, we got to get you in here because you can change this to business favorite and it's unlocked. I just think you guys are so busy. So we just got to get that done. All right. But yeah, we'll totally work with you to like help customize your page because we do come up first a lot of times. So consumers will come to us, see here, and what we want to do is drive them back to you. So that's the most important part, right?
Right.
Like, so we just want to send him back to buy. So anything that you can do to kind of promote that,
Mhm.
and we'll work with you guys to do that.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, of
All
course.
right. So I think that'll wrap it up. We've been on an hour and a half. Thank
It
you.
went so fast.
Yeah, it did. Thank you very much. It was, look forward to seeing you when you get back to Florida, and
Yes.
enjoy the rest of your stay in Australia, down
Thank
under.
you, guys. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for spending so much time with me. I look forward to your emails and to talking with you all in the future. Thank you, Marco.
Thank you, guys. I'll be doing
Yes.
more of these, by the way. I'll call this type of event a marketing talks, rather marketing boost talks. And that's where I'm going to be interviewing people from different experts on different industries that might bring you tools that you can use to grow your business. And so not everything will just be 100% marketing boost related. So stay tuned for the next marketing boost talks. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
Thank you. Take care,
Bye-bye.
Marco.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.